for that. I don't know. I'm speculating right now. But something is telling me that Al Heyman has rose again. You know what? It's crazy how, like in Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, it was like, you know, I think it was what Green Magazine said, the fight is on, sealed. A few days later, today, it's off. Make that make sense. Yo, something is up here. And the truth will eventually come out. But it ain't nothing wrong with speculating every now and then. But I just feel like Al Heyman got something to do with this. Because Al Heyman is the only one that can pull off something like this. I don't think it has anything to do with Turkey Out the Sheik. I think it all has to do with Al Heyman and his relationship with Canelo Alvarez. You know what he told him? He said, listen, I get it. You're making $70 million. That's a lot of bread, young man. It's a lot of bread. However, sorry about my dog. However, there's even more bread out there for you. But real quick, let me tell you a story. Back some years ago, when Earl Spence was talking about fighting Terrence Crawford, did you know what I told him? I told him, don't fight him. Don't fight him. But he didn't listen. He went against my word. And you saw what happened. He told him, Canelo, he said, Al, this is Al talking. He told Canelo, hey, that man got skills. He crazy. Now, he crazy enough to fight you. That young man spiteful. That young man can fight. Stay away from him right now. Ain't no need for that. We can always revisit that. That's always there. Go after that Disney boy. Yeah. You know he the biggest name in American boxing right next to yours. It don't matter if he's 200 pounds. Y'all can come to some sort of agreement. See, that's Al Heyman talking right there. Because Al Heyman, he sees numbers.
Wow. Now that was Timothy Bradley's take. And it's very interesting. Now, I've disagreed with Timothy Bradley big time on his opinion about Usyk not being an all-time great. Another story. But here, he makes a lot of sense because how do things change that drastically in a matter of hours? You know, we're all hyped up. Just about every platform's talking about the Canelo Crawford fight and giving their predictions, and my comment sections are full of Canelo fanboys and all that. And then all of a sudden the fight's off and we hear about Jake Paul. You know, life is funny. You can go from the face of boxing in one day to the farce of boxing. And that's what's going to happen to me if Canelo Alvarez steps aside and avoids Terrence Crawford and fights a YouTube guy named Jake Paul. Money aside, you don't need the money, Canelo. Even if you make $800 million, do you really need it? You can only spend so much in one lifetime. But people are going to look back at this, you know, win, lose, or draw, and I don't think anybody thinks that Jake Paul is going to win if it's a legit fight, and that's a big if on that one. But don't you think about when people look back in history, they'll be like, you know, Canelo fought a lot of big names, but he avoided that Terrence Crawford dude. Never fought him when Crawford was calling him out. And, you know, Canelo seems to have a little bit of beef with Turkey. You know, he seems to want to let him know that I handle business my own way, like nobody's my boss, I'm my own boss. I think that comes from Canelo's years with Oscar De La Hoya. It's like he's trying to prove a point that no one's going to tell me what to do. But, you know, Turkey's just trying to make money for people and see the fights he wants to see. But if Canelo steps aside, and I'm thinking, okay, so you do fight Jake Paul, which, I mean, people watch, but we weren't clamoring for that fight. If you do fight Jake Paul, why can't you still fight Terrence Crawford in September? Well, let's see. If you fight Paul in May, You got about 4 months to get ready for Terrence Crawford. That's more than enough time. Even if you go up to a weight like 200, unless he's thinking he doesn't want to be like Roy Jones when he went up to fight John Ruiz at heavyweight, then came back down and was getting knocked out, unless he's thinking like that. But, if he goes up to 200 pounds, which isn't hard for Canelo from what I understand, you can come down to 168 and still fight Terrence Crawford, unless you don't want no smoke with Terrence Crawford, and that's what it looks like. I'm going to take the easy payday instead of the path of least resistance. I'm going to take the easy payday against a guy I know I can beat 6 ways to sunset. I'm going to go ahead and take this money even though I don't need it. It's bad for boxing. It's a bad look. It makes boxing look like a circus sideshow. I don't support any more Jake Paul fights. I like the fact, one thing I like about Jake Paul is that he's not cookie cutter. He doesn't think in the box. He thinks outside the box, and he's willing to take chances if they're legit and fighting a real fighter. So I admire the fact that he's not just taking a job at, Target or something and saying, "Oh, this is my life." He's taking chances. So you got to respect that. But it's not so much Jake Paul I'm having a beef with here. It's Canelo. It's Canelo. You know how the serious boxing fans are going to look at this. And I suspect even some of his loyal people are going to turn on him after this and be like, "Dude, what's up, dude? Come on now." Everybody's talking about this fight, and now all of a sudden it's off because you see a big payday ahead. You're trying to cash out real quick. Dude, fight Terrence Crawford this year. You can fight Jake Paul at any time once you're done fighting. Have as many exhibitions as you want. Knock yourself out. But right now, the true boxing heads want to see you and Crawford mix it up. We don't want to see Jake Paul, and then, that's going to postpone the fight with Terrence Crawford, man. Come on, man. Come on. But that's kind of how life can be. You go from the face of boxing to the farce of boxing. Think about it, Canelo. You can go through money kind of fast, but your name stays with you, homie. It stays with you. Anyway, if you wish to donate to the platform, the Cash App is $JRoos33. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's the J Roos Theory over there too. And I'm pretty disappointed in Canelo. Seems like the minute boxing takes a few steps forward, takes a few back. Anyway, like I said, it's the J Roos Theory. And Canelo, stop it. As I usually say, stop. Anyway, LSR forever. Be fearless. Yay.